Just nice not being uncomfortable with cameras anymore. I honestly used to just move out of the picture if anyone dropped by with a camera. I attended a family dental practice. All of my children went there. My husband went there. It was out in the suburbs, and so I had my teeth looked at every 6 months or whatever the cleaning schedule is, and every now and again a tooth would chip and I would need a crown and stuff like that for decades. And I asked my dentist, like, can we do anything? Can we preemptively do something? And she was always very much about only doing what was necessary. So it was always responding to a cracked tooth or, it was just dreadful. I got an infection in the front tooth up somewhere in the gum line, and I went into the dentist, said to come in and look at it. She looked at it, and just probing, it was so painful. She was so heavy-handed. And she said, well, I don't know what's happening, but we could do an exploratory root canal. And I was like, I'm not sure about that. I said, is there any sort of imaging she can do? And she said, well, you could get a scan, a 3D CT scan, but we don't have that equipment here. So I decided to go out and find somebody. And so I Googled 3D CT scan, and Dr. Nevins' office came up, and I read a little bit about him. And he's certainly well known and well respected. I called them up, and the lovely receptionist put me in the system and got me the first available appointment. And I went in, and he was so gentle. He just said, yes, that's an infection, and it probably will be an implant. But then he asked, do you like your smile? And I thought, number one, I have never been asked that question. I never even thought of that in terms of dental care. I thought that was cosmetic surgery. I don't know what I thought it was. And I was like, no, I don't like my smile, never have, never will. What does that have to do with a dental implant, right? And he said, all of that can be addressed. Which really was, believe it or not, I simply had never thought about that. So I think it was the first time that I saw dental work as something other than just fixing problems. I think he was the first dentist that actually asked me questions about what I wanted. And I had said, I would like to be proactive. I don't like responding to crises. Can't we fix things so you're not responding to crises like this? So they designed a dental plan to address what I wanted, which was, let's get this in good shape so I'm not responding to crises. So my experience is just exactly what I wanted. This smile is the work of everybody. Dr. Nevins did the implant, which was essential, but then the bulk of the visual work was Dr. Mitchell. She's an artist, and she has an eye, and so she kind of saw what could be. And then at some point I realized, especially after Dr. Savasalo, she got my teeth aligned. It's just like, oh, this is a smile. It's very natural. You go like this, you go, and I was like, that had never happened in my life. I think the teeth look beautiful. They're exactly my own. I don't look at my smile and think those are somebody else's teeth. Those fit beautifully in my mouth. The color is what I would think a tooth color should be. Finally understanding, like, oh, when your teeth are aligned, this is how the smile just goes. I had never realized that. I thought it was something you had to sort of develop. And some people knew how to do it and other people didn't. And I have to say, when I look in the mirror, I don't smile at myself. I actually open my mouth and look at Dr. Mitchell's beautiful crowns.